Jesus chose not to take part in the many religious and political revolutions taking place in his time. Instead, he brought a different perspective. The Gospel of Matthew provides a sort of manifesto of Jesus' revolution that would have been given somewhere in these hills. It is now known as the Sermon on the Mount. For an oppressed people who were weary of constant revolt, Jesus brought a revolution unlike anything they had ever seen. The Sermon on the Mount is essentially Jesus' manifesto. Because we find elements of it in other Gospels, we can know that it's something he would have said many times. But in Matthew's Gospel, Jesus' revolutionary manifesto is given in Galilee, this hotbed of revolution. And almost right from the beginning, Jesus uses a variation on the following phrase 6 times. You have heard it said, but I tell you. This would have been absolutely shocking and even blasphemous to its first-century audience. You see, in every one of these statements, Jesus counters their understanding of the writings of Moses. For that audience, Moses was the ultimate lawbringer, and in that time there was no separation of church and state. So Moses' teachings covered every aspect of life, all the way from how to worship God to how to gather your crops. And like Moses, Jesus delivers his law on a mountain. And in doing so, he brings a different perspective on justice. One that rejects vengeance, force, and condemnation, and places a revolutionary emphasis on the ideals of mercy, forgiveness, and love. Even going so far as to say that it would be foolish, even perilous, not to put them into practice.
Maybe those ideals sounded radical in Jesus' time, but these ideas of mercy, love, forgiveness, not judging, they aren't new concepts to us today. But what would happen if we allowed these ideals to move outside the space of what we admire or claim to believe or what we maybe try to practice in our homes and actually made them pillars of our communities? What would the world look like then?